There is ongoing confusion about skills in the economy and the vet sector's role in skill development and acquisition. It is important that any system to improve Australia's bank of skills across society should look at the skills across the whole economy as distinct from just focusing solely on vet sector provision. As we have learned, vet sector provision is driven by RTO viability and not industry need or productivity. It is critical that Australia's skills system recognises the quality and extent of this learning and works out ways to capture data about it. We either need to change the scope of the vet sector so it applies to industry learning activities across Australia, or ensure that the vet sector is seen as a small but important contributor to the skills development capability that exists within and around industry. By way of example, there's a media statement that came from a state government that clearly confuses the role of the vet sector with the needs of the economy and ignores the engine room of skills development, which is workplaces and on-the-job or experiential learning. The post-secondary education and training system can certainly be an important contributor to developing skills, but it can hardly ensure that a state has all the skills it needs to operate its industries. This sort of thinking appears to ignore the role that enterprises play in developing skills through on-the-job learning and with the provision of training from unregistered training providers, with or without support from the vet sector. Units of competency are developed to describe all work carried out in Australia, except work supported by university qualifications. A large waste of resources follows if these units are then only recognised as applying to the operation of the vet sector. We recommend that units of competency are properly seen as the working IP of all Australian industries, and they're available for use by industry in a supported manner. They should not just be seen as tools to be used by RTOs, and they shouldn't be called training products. Where required, these units of competency can and should be used to develop national skills and training materials for use of training providers, and these would be quite rightly called training products.